And as promised, we're going to have, because on a Sunday afternoon on MTV, we like to lounge. That's the word I think we could use, isn't it, Chris?
Lazy Sunday afternoon. Remember that song?
Wasn't it a good song?
It was a good
Would
song.
you be singing that to us later, Chris?
I will, shall I?
Yes, please do. Well, we'll look forward to that. Well, here is our proper English tea. We have actual boiling hot tea there.
Would you like milk with your tea?
Could be dangerous, I will. And I think, and of course, tea isn't complete, as you all know. I hope you're not, it might be whetting your appetites to do the same in your own home. So, I think we could have some cakes. Ah, thank you so much.
Rock cakes.
Rock cakes. Here, have one for yourself. So sorry. It's a traditional thing, and of course, a lot of rock stars, Chris Difford being one of them, and of course, let's not forget Glenn Tilbrook's in there. Where is Glenn Tilbrook, of the famous Chris Difford and Glenn Tilbrook? He doesn't seem to have been with you on these last few days on MTV.
No, he's in London making rock cakes of his own, actually.
Really?
Of his own account.
Because although the time, what you're thinking, well, it's not really tea time, that's more sort of I'm having me lunch now. What are they doing? Are they stupid or what? Well, no, we're not, because in London now, it is the exact time when everybody will be having their tea. It's the sort of thing that you can only do here, really, isn't that super? So stay tuned, and we will be having, after our tea, we'll be having party games. It is also a tradition in London at this time, which is exactly in London now, it's exactly 5:05, which is tea time, to sprinkle 2 little sprinkles of sugar on the dead cat. We can't show the dead cat, obviously, because it would be a bit too unpleasant for you. Yes, he's been dragged out.
Don't forget the little finger tuning.
So anyway, there's lots of things coming up for you to enjoy. At the top of the next hour, you can see here on MTV a sneak preview video of the Fix Are We Ourselves, exclusive here on MTV. Now, however, I think we shall have Simple Minds, not having tea, but speeding your love to me. And my love, and you're having afternoon tea with Chris Difford and Jools Holland on MTV. And it is, of course, important that we remember sophistication is the thing about having tea, don't you think, Chris? Meanwhile, let me tell you about a really fabulous MTV event. Sophistication mode. Could you act your age and not your shoe size? Now, we're days away from the first annual MTV Video Music Awards, happening live from Radio City Music Hall. Rod Stewart, ZZ Top. Now, remember these names, because we're going to be having a game with these names later. You see, it's all happening. It's like Christmas, isn't it? Wonderful. Tina Turner, Huey Lewis and the News, all going to play live, and a special performance recorded in London by David Bowie, doing his new one, Blue Jean. The show will be simulcast on FM stations around the country, as well as you can check a few of those stations out right here. Here they are. Are they coming up? Oh, there they are, there they are. Look, you can listen in stereo, watch it on the dashboard of your car, on your television there. Good. And Chris Difford will be carrying on the sophistication. Good. That's this Friday night. This Friday, it doesn't seem possible. It's minutes away, frankly. This Friday night, 10 o'clock Eastern, 9 o'clock Central, and it's not just another awards show. It's sponsored in part by Tom McCann and the Chrysler Corporation. I will personally be watching it myself. Chris, are you hoping to be nominated for anything in the awards show?
Yeah.
Mr. Sophistication 1984?
Prize Wally of the Year.
Good, well, we'll look forward to that. Meanwhile, over to this. Rock me tonight, then. There we go. Well, I think we've finished with the cakes, so we can just take those away. We've had a letter in from Bill Williams in Idaho County. He said, I'm having afternoon tea. He said, I've jumped up and down in my cream cakes and I've poured tea all over my head. That's the idea, Bill. We want more letters like that, so, you know, that's the sort of thing we want coming. Music news, then. A book of poetry by Eleanor Curry of the Thompson Twins is making the rounds of publishers in London, and one of the interested parties reportedly is Pete Townsend, who has his own imprint at Faber and Faber, besides writing and designing the band's videos. Eleanor writes poetry in her spare time. She hopes to have a book out sometime in '85. Chris, I believe you've been getting involved you were going to have a book out of your lyrics, I believe.
Yeah, in fact, I had one about the United States of America that I wanted to say. Shall I say it?
Yes, yes. What is it, a poem?
Yeah, it's short.
Okay.
Oh, silvery moon, this wondrous day, you shine your light across the USA.
Well, it's the afternoon, so that's absolutely useless. I hope you don't have hopelessly out of context. Well, let's have some more news then, eh? Eurythmics stage Stuart turns 32 today. Stuart's first group was Amazing Bondell. He tells how he literally sneaked his way into the band.
The first group I ever saw in my life. I was totally into cricket and things like that before, and I walked into this pub and there was a band playing there, and I thought, this looks jolly interesting. I must see how they do this. So I hid in the back of their van while they were unloading the equipment, you see, and then the roadies came and put all the equipment back in the van, and they went back to Scunthorpe, where they came from, which happens to be a town in England. And yeah, and when they opened up the van and got the gear out, I was sitting there saying, I want to be in a group, you'll have to teach me. So that's how it all started.
There we are, Dave Stewart. He seems like a nice bloke, doesn't he?
He does seem like a nice bloke. Who's that bird with him now?
That's Anne.
Anne.
Anne Lennox. Yes.
Anne Lennox.
She sings with the group. It's a good group. The Chris Difford.
The Chris Difford.
The Chris Difford group and the Jools Holland big band here. Or I'm Jools Holland and this is my big band. Chris Difford's got his album, which we should promote regularly. This is subliminal advertising for Chris's record and subliminal advertising for my record. There is more news-type stuff coming up because we can give you constant information for Scandal, who are touring with Patti Smith. There they are. Do you think we played with Patti Smith, didn't you, when we were in
It looked like
Squeeze?
Smythe to me, though. I think it's Patti Smythe.
No, I don't think it is Patti Smythe, Chris. Yes, it is Patti Smythe.
Smart.
So I did. All right, Mr. knows about rock and roll. Okay. So we didn't play with. What, Here Comes the Night. Is that how you pronounce that name?
I don't know.
Is it the same one? Shows how much I know, doesn't it, Dave? And that's why I got the job, because I knew about drinking tea. Nothing about bloody music. Right then. What have we got? We've got Spandau Ballet, Only When You Leave.
Spandau Belly.
Spandau. Well, Art of Noiser, that was good, wasn't it?
A brilliant video, yeah, one of my faves.
One of Chris Difford's faves. Well, where are you from, Chris?
London.
And London is in the news over here. This week on London Calling, a look at the 1984 Street People's Festival and the Explorers, a band made up of some former Roxy Music members. Tonight at 11 o'clock Eastern, 8 o'clock Pacific, sponsored by Miller High Life and Dimension Shampoo. At the top of the next hour, you can see it here and only here. A sneak video preview of Jefferson Starship laying it on the line. Here. Where's that, Chris? Could you tell me? Yes, here. And where are we now?
MTV.
Very clever stuff, eh? That's why we've got him on. Now, soon we are going to be having a party game that Chris Difford and I often play after tea, because we all live together, you see. You know, all those people who used to be in Squeeze, we have a sort of a caravan that we live in at the seaside. And this is one of the party games we're going to play, and you'll be able to play it too, so stay with us and find out how.
Get rid of this.
Yes, get rid of this. With Chris Difford Sunday afternoon, we're having a whizzing time. Lindsay Buckingham going insane, and before that, it's a sneak preview video from Jefferson Starship laying it on the line, only here on MTV. We play sneak preview videos at the top, not the bottom, of every hour, and looking ahead to 3 p.m, we've got Rick Springfield's new one, Bopped In Your Drop. At 4 p.m, it's Sammy Hagar, I Can't Drive 55, and the brand new one from David Bowie, Blue Jean, is up at 5 p.m. Remember, if you're not seeing these sneak preview videos here, and you're not having tea, then you're not having them at all, and you're not having any tea. Pat Benatar will release her as yet untitled album on October the 30th. She says the record is a real departure from her past work because it was recorded under very different circumstances.
It's just different because everybody was very relaxed. It didn't come after a pressurized tour and everything. We had a lot of time off before we started, so everyone was real eager to get back in the studio and work, and it wasn't that, you know, that urgent feeling that we usually have. We got to get it done and get out on the road, and because we knew we weren't going out on the road because I got pregnant.
Well, she wasn't pregnant then. Was that a surprise?
Well, it's a surprise to me, yeah. Well, I wasn't there.
You weren't there, nothing to do with you.
Nothing to do with me.
Congratulations, I think they're in order.
Yes.
The Fix. Let's have some concert information. There we are. Buffalo, you've played there. I played there with you.
Snowy.
It was snuffy. We said this the other day.
Yeah.
London, Connecticut. Now, of course, that's in England, but I don't think they're going to be playing there. That's where we live. In a minute, we're going to be having a really good game that you can play at home with us. And it's a sort of, because we're doing a traditional Sunday afternoon thing.
What do you call it then?
What?
The game.
The game is called Nobby Styles.
Nobby
Chris.
Styles, that's right.
The game is called Nobby Styles. Well, you at home will be able to play. So get a pen and a piece of paper now. You'll be able to play the game with us, and it'll be a really good, what we call a good giggle. And we'll be having that in just a moment. Yes. Incidentally enough, they are hitting the road across America with the best-selling album 90125 and some of their classic material from the early days. The tour is being presented by MTV and Spark-O-Matic Car Sound, and for the next few days you can get the commemorative MTV Kitchen Dinette Suite. It does look a little like a t-shirt, I know, and that's why it only costs how much is it? 13 what?
$13,000.
$13,000. What a giveaway this is. I know, you've got your pen and paper ready. I told you. And we'll need it for the game, remember. So, here it is then. Call the toll-free number, 1-800, you can order one, call it, 1-800 543-7500 and use your Visa, MasterCard or American Express. Remember, the number's only for taking orders, or you can send your name, address and T-shirt size, as we said before, small, medium or great big fat kit, with a cheque or money order for $13.95 to MTV Yes Your Tour T-shirt, PO Box 4110, Huntington Station, New York 11746. Add your local sales tax plus $1.75 for shipping and handling. Sorry, so no CODs. That number for orders once again, 1-800-543-7500, and the address, MTV Yes Tour T-shirt, Kitchen See-Through Lounge, PO Box 4110, Huntington Station, New York 11746. Jolly good. Well, we've got rid of the T-shirt, and now we're going to explain the game, and you're going to play at home. You'll need a piece of paper. What we're going to do is, Chris Difford and I, first of all, it's the MTV Awards, we all know. And I want you to remember, we're going to tell you some of the people who are going to be there, and the game is going to involve pens and paper and putting things on people's heads. We will see. And we're going to put things on you, the folks at home. You're going to have things put on your head too. Doesn't seem right, it doesn't seem believable. Stay tuned and you'll find out how. Now, remember these names: Mick Jagger, Tina Turner, Madonna, Huey Lewis and News, Rod Stewart, David Bates, Z Top, Fee Waybill, Bette Midler, Dan Aykroyd, JJ Jackson, Martha Quinn, Nina Blackwood, Alan Hunter and Mark Goodman. All of these people will be at the MTV Awards. Now, Chris, this is to make it fairly simple again. You can play it at home on your own afterwards, of course, after we've gone off the air. Now, I'm going to write a name that Chris Difford doesn't know, one of these names, and put it on his head, and stick it on his forehead. He's going to write a name and put it on my forehead, and I'm not going to see his one, and he's not going to see my one. We'll have to ask us questions. And is this a genuine game?
Yeah. Very genuine.
It is absolutely genuine. I don't know
I
what...
have to close my eyes, right?
Yes, I don't know what Chris is going to put in there. Well, we can do it. We can trust one another to do it. I'll put one on your head. We don't know what they're going to be.
I can see through my fingers.
Okay, now I'm just going to put this on Chris's head. He doesn't know what it's going to be, and he's going to have to guess, and in a moment we're going to stick one. There we are. And now Chris is going to... Could you like to show the audience? Just let them see who you are. Jolly good. And Chris Difford doesn't know that he's that person. We all do, you know. Ha, 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 Chris.
No, you've got to close your eyes.
So I'll talk to the viewer. So you've got the idea of the game. Chris is writing one out, and he's going, in your own time. We've only had all afternoon to think about it, you know.
Right.
So here, now I can probably... What I'm also going to do is I'm going to put one on you, the viewer at home. I'm going to put one on your... First of all, can I have one for my head? I don't know who I am. Super. And we're going to ask questions, and I'm going to put one now onto you, the viewer at home, your head. Now, you don't know who you are, do you? You can see who I am. I don't know who I am. Is it fairly sensible?
Yes, fairly sensible.
Now, for instance, we'll start the game off, and you, the viewer at home, we've got one of the people here is going to ask the questions on your behalf, and they'll be fairly straightforward questions. For instance, I'll start with Chris. We'll just start the game rolling here. Chris, I'll ask the questions about me because I don't know him. Am I male or female?
You're female.
Ooh. Am I dead or alive?
You are alive.
Am I English?
No, you're not English.
Am I American?
You are American.
Well, I think that's enough questions from me for the moment. I know I'm a female, I'm alive, and I'm American. Right. Chris Difford, you can ask me some questions now.
Am I male?
No.
So I'm female?
Yep.
Am I under 30 years old?
I couldn't answer that.
Am I American?
You are. I think that's enough questions for you. You've got the idea. Now, you, the viewer, are saying, well, I want to find out who I am. So could we ask the same sort of questions of us? Yes, you asking us me the questions, right? You ready? And you've got one stuck on your head, but you can't see it. If you could actually put your head right against the screen, it would be rather helpful to us. Questions, then?
Am I male?
Yes, you are male. Yes, you are male. You're male.
Am I alive?
Yes, you're alive, yeah.
What is my favorite color?
Puce.
Am I in the Rolling Stones?
Yes, you are, and we'll have to leave it at that because we'd be giving too much away. But you're male, you're alive, and you're in the Rolling Stones. You're going to be at the MTV Awards. So you might have a clue. If you have, write it down. It's getting... And I hope you've got a piece of paper stuck on your head which is blank because you don't know what it is. Good. So that's enough questions for the moment. On with the next thing then, and back with the game in a minute. There we are then, Loverboy. Elaine Sanders, Norm Klaus, Bill Myers, Andrea Gaiato, Debbie Morrow all know where they're going to be on September the 14th, and that's certainly going to be a day because they won the MTV Video Awards contest. We pick up the tab, I mean, not me and Chris Difford, you understand, for everything, including a weekend in New York City, VIP tickets to the show and the party afterwards. You could be the next winner of the MTV contest on MTV. Now, you're probably wondering, if you weren't, what this is about. This is a game we're playing. Chris Difford is this. We're different guests who are going to appear at the MTV Awards. Chris Difford is one guest, and he doesn't. I've written that down and put it on his head. He doesn't know who he is. He does know. He's asked some questions. He knows that he's female and alive. That's all. I know I'm female and alive. We put one on you, the viewer at home, on top of here it is, and you know that you're male and a member of the Rolling Stones popular music group. So first this word from Snickers, and then we'll on with the game. Right, at the top of the next hour you can see, only here on MTV, a sneak preview video. It's Rick Springfield, Bop Till You Drop. It's an exclusive here on MTV. Now, we've had the game, we've had it explained, we've asked a few questions. I know I'm female and I know I'm alive. Chris knows he's female and knows he's alive. You at home know that you're a member of the Rolling Stones. Why don't you ask the questions of us? What would you like to ask us?
Do I play drums?
No, you don't.
Am I Charlie Watts?
No, hopelessly wrong. I think you have to stop your questions for the moment. Have you got a question, Chris?
Am I black or white?
You're black.
Do I sing?
Oh, yes. Enough questions from you. Am I black or white?
You're white.
Do I sing?
You do.
Oh, it's getting exciting, isn't it? There, I guess, am I blonde?
You're fairly blonde.
What do you mean?
Fair to blonde.
Fair to blonde. Yeah. I've got you. Well, that's about it. So you've got any more questions? You, the viewer at home.
Have I got big lips?
Yes, you have.
Am I Bill Wyman?
No, hopelessly wrong. No. Well, here we are then. John Waite, Missing You. We'll all be able to guess after this. Here we are back, and there was Kick Axe. Now, this is the game we're playing, and you know that you're black, you're a singer, and you're female, and you're going to be at the MTV Awards. Do you have a guess, Chris Difford, who you are?
I think I'm Tina Turner.
And he was right. Well, he was right. You were right, Chris. You were Tina Turner. Now I know I'm white. I'm going to be at the MTV Awards. I also know that I'm
fairly blonde.
I'm fairly blonde, and I sing.
Yeah. And you're large.
Am I David Bowie?
No.
Bette Midler. Oh, well, never mind.
Close.
Well, it's your turn. You know that you're a member of the Rolling Stones. You're not Bill Wyman, and you're not. Who else wasn't he? Did you guess he was?
I don't know.
Well, and there's two of them. You're not. So, do you want to have a guess at who you are?
I thought I was Bette Midler.
Oh, well, that's hopelessly wrong, isn't it? In fact, you were. It was Mick Jagger. You see, a good game. Now you can play that at home. They'll all be at the MTV Awards, probably playing this game. So when you see them arriving in their limos with things on their heads like that, you'll know what it's all about. New York City, Ontario, and Pasadena are represented in the Basement Tapes. Vote for the band of your choice on Tuesday night, 10 o'clock Eastern, 7 o'clock Pacific. Sponsored by the Pepsi-Cola Company. Well, after a game, now we have this, a commercial. Fine day. Jools, Holland and Chris Difford being far too casual for their own good here this Sunday afternoon. Music news. The Pretenders did some recording in Sweden before starting the second leg of their US tour, and drummer Martin Chambers told us all about it.
We recorded an old Jimi Hendrix song called Room Full of Mirrors with Steve Lillywhite, which was quite good. But, you know, whether we use him for the next album or not is still in the balance. We haven't made up our mind one way or another. We're gonna do some very serious rehearsals starting November-ish, and we'll see how it goes after that. We're not set on anybody.
Did you do any serious rehearsals before your last tour of America, Chris?
Absolutely none, no. But we used to do Jimi Hendrix songs. Do you remember those, Jools?
Yes, I do. What were they? They were...
Red House.
Red House.
And...
Hey Joe.
Bakehouse, I can't remember.
Hey Joe, that's how good his songs were. Anybody could have done them. People like us, even. Former Altered Images singer Claire Grogan is in a Scottish film called Comfort and Joy, which opens in New York on October 17th. You'll find her listed in the credits as C.P. Grogan. The film is a low-key comedy about a disc jockey's obsession with a woman which somehow gets him involved in the underworld. It's directed by Bill Forsyth, who also did Local Hero and Claire's first film, Gregory's Girl. Any plans for films, Chris?
Yeah, I've got a few up my sleeve.
What have you written the music for? Tell viewers.
Oh, yeah, so we, that's Glenn and I did some music for a film called Absolute Beginners, which has now been canned.
Oh, there we go, the hippest film this year, and it was canned. OK, then, what are we going to have? Concert information. Oh, there we are. MTV and Sparkomatic Car Sound present Yes, and there are some of their dates. Yes.
Berkeley.
Oh, yes.
Berkeley, no.
Berkeley. Take that.
Take that.
Now, this is another fabulous MTV offer. This Friday night, the first annual MTV Video Music Awards come live from the Radio City Music Hall. For the next few days, we're offering the official commemorative MTV Through Lounge T-shirt hat. This T-shirt is available to you only if you call this, well, no, actually, call this toll-free number, 1-800-543-7500, and use your Visa, MasterCard or American Express. Remember, the number's only for taking orders, not for making silly comments about my haircut. Or you can send your name, address, shirt size with a very large cheque order for $14.95 to Video Music Awards T-shirt, P.O. Box 4110, Huntington Station, New York 11746. Add your local sales tax plus $1.75 for shipping and handling. Sorry, no CODs or CODs as they're known in the game Codswallop. The number to order once again 1-800-543-7500 and the address Video Music Awards T-shirts, P.O. Box 4110, Huntington Station, New York 11746. With every order you'll get the official Video Music Awards program guide absolutely free. Also you'll get you'll be able to, it's a particularly good game to wear good T-shirt to wear when you play the game which is called Nobby Styles Music Awards. So remember, if you want to play Nobby Styles Music Awards, you can anytime. There's no you know what's the copyright on it, anytime you want. In about 10 minutes time I'll be having Bon Jovi, She Don't Know Me.
Bon Jovi? That's what you put on your teeth, isn't it?
No. Now this. Ranger just tinkling away at the piano there. Just quickly, I think we should have this for those that you missed it at 3 o'clock the other morning. Chris Difford, as well as being the greatest lyricist of all time, is also one of the great mime artists of time. Could we have a really bit of good mime? And what was the rotten mime you learned? Hooray! All right, that's not bad, is it? You can do that at home any old time. Interviews with Bill Wyman and music from Human League and the T-shirts everybody's wearing. You can see all that and so much more on London Calling, 11 o'clock Eastern, 10 o'clock Central tonight. Sponsored by Tampax Tampons and Levi Cords. At the top of the next hour, you can see it only here on MTV. Sneak preview video, Sammy Hagar, I Can't Drive 55. Would you like to hear another misinterpretation of the word boogie? Yeah. All right then. Okay then. This is one. When somebody goes into a party, headbutts the host on the face, you don't say, "Oh, he's done a boogie." You say he's done a faux pas. So that's another misinterpretation of it. Are you ready, Chris?
I like it. I like it.
Listen to this. See if you can get a lyric to it.
Okay.
Okay then. Before that, sneak preview video from Sammy Hagar, He Can't Drive 55. Sneak preview videos are those that you can only see on MTV, which means that you won't see them where? Anywhere else, that's where. We play them at the top of every hour on the hour. Coming up, you can see Blue Jean, the latest from Barry at 5 o'clock. The Fix are at We Are Ourselves at 7 p.m. and Glenn Fry's Smuggler's Blues at 9 o'clock. Now, in a moment, here we are, news, Chris. News, here is the music news. Are you ready for Boy Snoopy? Yes, that's right. Charlie Brown's Beagle has donned dreadlocks, a colour by numbers smock and a Culture Club tie. The doll will be in toy stores in time for Christmas, and we hear that Boy George has given its seal of approval. Chris, have anybody ever tried to make a doll of you and sell it?
Yes, they have, indeed, yes, they have.
Because I was told this was a doll of you because it's sort of like a big horn, if you know what I mean.
Yes, of course, and you know the story about Glenn Miller and his band?
No?
Well, I shan't.
He'll be telling us that later. Well, let's have Bruce Springsteen and the E Street Band are on the road, and they have a horn section. I like the way this goes together. Let's see their dates. Oh, they're getting around, aren't they? Apparently, they have days in between them.
Other days.
Yes, they sort of play for 2 days, and then they have 3 days off. Quite right too. That's the way to do it. Elvis Presley's legendary first appearance on the Ed Sullivan Show is coming up in half an hour. Now, that is good. I want to see this. In the music news. Actually, we're not going to be seeing it, but we're going to be telling you all about it. Something thrilling. So, did you ever see Elvis Presley? He never came to England. Did you know that? Elvis Presley never...
He did once. He flew in and then flew out again. That's so they say. But... So they say. No. It's a shame, so we never got to see him. Still, c'est la vie, as the Italians say. Corey Hart. Now, I'm going to tell you about that thing that you must see. First annual MTV. You see, I didn't know where you were. It's because you're running around and you've got this thing stuck on your head, but we're not playing that game anymore, okay? The first annual MTV Video Music Awards are coming up, and there's no other award show like it on Earth. if not the whole galaxy. We've got Bette Midler, Dan Aykroyd, Daryl Hall, John Oates, Rick Osakek, Eddie Murphy, live performances from Madonna, Huey Lewis in the News, Tina Turner, Rod Stewart. Yes, that's Chris. It's all happening September the 14th. That's this Friday, 10 o'clock Eastern, 9 o'clock Central. The show will also be simulcast in stereo, so you can have it blasting on your radio sets. And here are some of the stations across the country which will be playing the thing simultaneously in stereo. Showing you some of them right now. You've seen them right now. Don't forget, the first annual MTV Video Music Awards live this Friday night, 10 o'clock Eastern, 9 o'clock Central. Unfortunately, Chris Difford and I won't be there because you'll be going back. Your tour in England will be beginning, of course.
Of course it will. We will.
And I'll be doing
famous tour for like 7 days in Britain.
Is that all you're doing?
Yeah. Would you like to come and see us?
Well, I thought you had to ask me. I thought we were going to have an empty television first. Would you like to come and play with us? But now, would you like to come and see us? I suppose you could get me.
You can come and play with us.
You could get me in cheap, couldn't you?
I could, as a friend.
As a friend, I'll just get your snot out of there. Now, this. Jools Holland here while Mark Goodman isn't. Elvis Presley's legendary first appearance on The Ed Sullivan Show. After this break in the music and news. Here we are then, Jools Holland, Chris Difford, lounging around of a Sunday afternoon with you, playing games. Now the music news. A book of poetry by Eleanor Curry of the Thompson Twins is making the rounds of publishers in London, and one of the interested parties reportedly is Pete Townsend, who has his own imprint at Faber & Faber, the publishers. Besides writing and designing the band's videos, Eleanor writes poetry in her spare time. She hopes to have a book out sometime in '85. More news immediately. On this day in 1955, Elvis Presley made televisual history with his first appearance on The Ed Sullivan Show. His performance of Don't Be Cruel and Ready Teddy was seen by a record 82% of the total viewing audience. Of course, not as many people had televisions in those days as they do now. However, that was a lot of people. They only saw 50% of Elvis, however, because he was shown from the waist up, because his pelvic gyrations were considered too risque for family viewing. Well, that's something that we've had, because I believe you'll notice that you don't see the bottom half of us now. You see, it's the same old story, you see, because Chris Difford's pelvic gyrations are considered to be just a bit too revolting for if you were a complete crazed drug addict. We think that it would be too much, let alone a pleasant family viewing. So we'll keep up top. That's the best way. At the top of the next hour, you can see It Only Here, sneak preview video of David Bowie, a Blue Jean exclusives. Ozzy Osbourne is coming up immediately now with
Paranoid.
He said it. Now for Naked Talent. Soon, in the next hour, you're going to be having my video of Crazy Over You. Now, the unusual thing about my video is, of course, it is shot in a public toilet, and if you look very closely, you can see an old man using the public toilet. Now, also, we've got Chris Difford's new Difford and Tilbrook album here. In fact, if we look at the other side, Chris Difford is looking a bit bigger, and we'll be seeing his video. What happens in that?
Not a lot, actually. It's just a live performance there on the beach in Brighton. We walk out of this album sleeve and dance.
How romantic. What more could anybody look forward to on a Sunday afternoon? If you're with a loved one at the moment, why don't you just put your arm around them and then say, just give them a little peck on the cheek and say,
Look at Julian's lapels.
Look at my lapels, yes. Give them a little peck on the cheek and say to them, I think you're smelly. I think they'll know what you mean. So, back after all of this. Off we go. Can we take the records out of the way? Thanks, Chris. It certainly gave, the video before then certainly gave me a bit of...
rush,
and it was Chris Difford and Tilbrook. Now, I'm not showing this just to plug it, but if you can see there what it is, it's sort of big pillars, and this is in fact the caravan where we all live on the beach. It's an early Roman caravan that was built by the Romans, has vast concrete wheels, was put there in the Roman invasion of Britain, and pardon?
Bluff.
Yes, in fact it is a bluff. I was making it all up. Instead, here's some true music news. Pat Benatar will release her as yet untitled album on October the 31st. She says a record is a real departure from her past work because it was recorded under very different circumstances.
It's just different because everybody was very relaxed. It didn't come after a pressurized tour and everything. We had a lot of time off before we started, so everyone was real eager to get back in the studio and work, and it wasn't that, that urgent feeling that we usually have. We got to get it done and get out on the road, and because we knew we weren't going out on the road because I got pregnant.
What a lovely story that is, Chris.
Lovely girl.
Enchanting. Well, a new book on rock stars will hit the stores on Halloween Day, and it's actually called Rock Stars. It's a hardcover, large-sized coffee table book and that has chapters on everyone from Dylan to Townsend, Holland to Difford, Difford to Tilbrook, Bowie to Billy Joel, and from Michael Jackson to Prince, and from Prince to Big Joe Turner to Joe Ely. Who knows? It also has beautiful colour prints of all the stars it documents, and text by noted rock writer Timothy White, whose latest book was a biography on Bob Marley. That was rather good. Bob Marley.
Bob Marley.
I like Bob Marley. He's good, actually. He's all right.
Pretty good, yeah.
Yep. It's a. Where are we? Get concert information. Would you like that? Yes, there it is. Jefferson Starship, Tallahassee. I wonder if, when they're in Tallahassee, they'll meet the Tallahassee Lassie. In about 20 minutes' time, we'll be having the Jools Holland
Crazy Over You video.
Crazy Over You video.
Really good, that one. I like that.
Yes, well done.
Cheap.
I'm glad you said that, and I think you're going to enjoy it a lot. What have we got now, though? What have we got? No, what have we got now, I said. Oh, commercials now, then. Ready for this. Here they go. To round off a Sunday afternoon, some would say.
I'd say so.
Yes, that was me. Well, later on, Steve Blacknells has got a lot happening tonight on London Calling. There'll be videos from the Human League, the Blue Nile and Blancmange, big T-shirts, and a street festival. They're all happening at 11 o'clock p.m. Eastern, 10 o'clock Central, sponsored by Miller High Life and Dimension Shampoo. The top of the next hour, you can see it only here on MTV, sneak preview video, The Jacksons Torture. And that's especially for us. Now, this is a particularly emotional moment for me and Chris, because we're going home now. We've been with you for a week, but it's Sunday and we've got to go to work tomorrow morning, and Chris has got his lyrics to do, I've got my sculpting to get back to, so it's sort of goodbye from us. And as a special thank you to the crew, because they've been so helpful and so good here at MTV to me, I'm going to sell them these records at a very fractionally reduced rate. So I'd just like you to come up, if you would, please, and get these from me. Thank you very much.
This orange one.
Okay, thank you so much for your help. It's been enormously... you at MTV, let me just take the money, thank the money. Well, thank you so much. There's the record. Oh, that's a different Tilbrook one. You won't be wanting that. There you are, have that one instead.
Well, it's more expensive.
Would you like the Difford Tilbrook one? It's our pleasure. You see, here on MTV, and they are getting it, several dollars off of the...
See if it's real, Julie.
All right, yes, you can take that. Thank you so much.
Will you take credit cards?
Yes, certainly. It says so much more about you than cash ever can. Take this and please enjoy it. Remember, these records... No, can you just be gone, please? Thank you. These records are available to... no, you know what I'm doing, giving you the money. Thank you so much. It's been a pleasure. All these people at MTV have been so good to me. There you are, please. Thank you. Thank you. No, thank you. Thank you. Oh, enough money for two. Let's give one to JJ. Of course, I've been in for... oh, well, this is it then. You've been round once already. Well,
can I have another one?
Goodbye.
Sure.
Goodbye.
We're giving them away now.
Yeah, goodbye. Goodbye.